everyone, welcome back to my class. This is Ramana Ali. I hope you all are doing well. In today's class, let us discuss about the lesson light, shadows and images. In this lesson, we will discuss about the different substances. We will discuss about the shadows and even about the camera that helps us to form the different images. So we all know that light is very essential to see the different objects. Whenever the light is present, we can see the different objects, but when the light is not present, we cannot see the different objects that are present around us. The objects will not be visible in the absence of light. So you might have seen in the daytime, you can see the different objects that are present around you in a clear manner. That means you can see the clear images of the different objects that are present in our surrounding during daytime. But during night or in the night time, you cannot see all the different objects clearly. You may see the objects in a blurred way because of the absence of light. But on the full moon day, you can see the object in moonlight. Though the light is not present, but on full moon day, you can see the different objects in the moonlight during night times. So by this, one point is clear that light is important to see the different objects. The different objects can be visualized only in the presence of light. So let us talk about the source of light. From where do we get light? The natural source of light is sunlight. We get the light from the sunlight, so it is a natural source of light. And we also get the light by using the bulbs. Lamps are also used as a source of light. So the objects, the different objects that burns or glows to make you see the object, that objects are called as source of light. And the objects which gives light, they are also called as luminous object. Luminous objects are the objects that imparts light so that the different materials that are present in our surrounding, we can see it with our naked eyes. So in this way, whatever the objects burns or glows that helps us to see the different objects, they are called as source of light. Shadows, you might have seen the different shadows formed in a different way in the different time intervals. So shadows are formed only when the light is present. In the beginning, I told you that light is important. It is essential to see the objects. So likewise, the light is also important to form the shadows. The shadows are formed only in the presence of light. When you lock yourself in a dark room, you cannot even see your shadow because there is no light. But when you go into the darker room where the window is present through which the light is entering into the room, there you can see your shadow. So light is also an important factor to form shadows on the screen. So shadows are formed when the light is present. Based on the passage of light, the different substances are classified into three main types, and that are transparent substances, translucent substances and opaque substances. These substances like glass or air that allows the passage of light through it, they are called as transparent substances. So these substances can be defined as the different objects that allows the passage of light through them. The light can easily pass through them. They are called as transparent substances, and here we can take an example of glass and air. The next one is translucent substances. These are the substances that allows the light in a partial way. Completely it does not allow the lights to pass through them. It allows the light, only a certain amount of light is allowed to pass through them. And here we can take an example of oily paper and even polythene cover. So these are the different objects that allows the light to pass through them in a partial way. It does not allow the light complete to pass through them. It is allowing only a certain amount of light to pass through them. So these are called as translucent substances, and the examples are oily paper and polythene covers. The next one is opaque. Opaque objects or opaque substances are the substances that do not allow the light to pass through them. So, whenever a substance is not allowing the light to pass through them, then that type of substances are called as opaque objects or opaque substances. And in this type, we can take an example of table, chair, book. All these are called as opaque object, because when you hold a book in your hand and when you ask your friend to say what is present behind the book, can he or she be able to answer what is there behind the book? No, they cannot, because the book is not allowing the light to pass through it. So as the light is not passing through the book, we cannot, or the friend cannot see the thing that is present behind the book. In this way, whenever the substance doesn't allow the light to pass through them, then they are called as opaque objects or opaque substances. So in this way, based on the passage of light, transparent, translucent and opaque are the three different types of objects, or we can call them as substances that are found in our surroundings. Now let us see which type of substances can form shadows and which do not form the shadows. So here let us see which objects will form shadows and which do not. When we talk about the transparent objects, then we know that these are the objects that allows the light to pass through them. So in this way, the transparent objects do not form shadows. The objects that do not form shadows, they are called as transparent objects. So when you see the air is a transparent thing. So when you see the air, can you see the shadow of an air? No, we cannot see, because they do not form any shadow. So the transparent substances will not form any shadows, because they allows the light to pass through them. Whenever the light is not passed through any object, at that time the shadow of that object will form. So in this way, transparent objects do not form any shadows. But when you see the objects like polythene covers or the oily papers in the presence of light, then you can see the unclear shadows. These are the substances that forms unclear shadows. And opaque objects are the substances which do not allow the light to pass through them. So these are the objects that form shadows. So when you keep a book in front of light, you can see the shadow which forms on a screen. So the formation of shadow will not only require an object and a source of light, but it also requires the screen on which the shadow forms. So whenever you want to observe the shadow of any object, you need to see whether these things are present or not. We need an object, we need a source of light, and even we need a screen. If these three things are present, then you can observe the shadow of the different objects. So in this way, screen also plays a very important role in the formation of shadows. And when you see the different objects that are present around you, the different opaque objects, when the light falls on the opaque object, you can find a shadow on the surface of the earth. So here, earth is acting as a screen. Earth is our screen on which the different shadows are formed. So in this way, formation of a shadow requires an object, the source of light and screen. If these three things are available, then only we can see the shadow formation. Let us learn about the color of shadow. By looking at the shadows, can we guess the different objects that are present? No, we cannot guess the objects by looking at the shadows, because the real image of the object is different from that of their shadows. So we cannot guess the object by looking at their shadows. For example, when you see the shadow of a human hand, it resembles bird or an animal. In this way, guessing an object by looking at the shadows is not a simple task. It is not going to give a proper information about the image of an object. The object is different when you look, but the shadow of that object is different. So we cannot guess the object by looking at their shadows. Now let us learn about the color of the shadows. When you look at the shadow, is it colorful? No, it is not, because it is colorless. It will form on the screen and it is always colorless, because the shadows that are formed on the screen, they are the part on which the light is not reflected or where the light is not passed. So in this way, whenever the objects are present through which the light does not pass, then they are the objects that forms the shadows on the surface of the earth. In this way, the shadows are colorless. They do not bear any color. They are not colorful. They are always colorless, because the shadows are the part of an object where the light doesn't pass. So in this way, shadows are always colorless. Shape of the shadow. So what will be the shape of the shadow? Based on the position of an object, the shape of the shadow will be, if you place an object in one position, based on that position only the shadow will form, and based on that position of an object, the shape of the shadow will form on the screen. In this way, if you remove the object from that position, if you put that object in another position, the position of the shadow will also gets changes, and even its shape gets changes. Sometimes it forms a longer shadow, sometimes it may form the shorter shadow. Based on the light and the position of the object, the shape and the position of the shadow will get decided. In this way, these are the things that we need to remember about the formation of shadow. Shadow will form only when the object, source of light and screen will present, and the color of the shadow will always be colorless, and the shape of the shadow depends upon the position and the shape of an object. Now we are going to discuss about pinhole camera. It is a camera through which we can see the bigger objects through a pinhole. Pinhole camera also explain the nature of the light. So what's the nature of the light? The light always shows the nature of moving in a straight line. The light always travels in a straight line. So how can we know that the light always travels in a straight line? So let us see how the pinhole camera can help us to understand the nature of the light by which the light moves in a straight path. So pinhole camera is a camera which always forms an inverted image. What's the reason why it is forming an inverted image? When the light moves from the top position of the object, it will go straight and it will move towards the bottom portion of the screen. The light which falls on the bottom position of the object, it always moves in a straight path and it always moves towards the top part of the screen. In this way, the light from the top position of the object will fall on the bottom position of the screen, and from the bottom position of the object, it will go straight and it will fall on the top part of the screen. So by which the object which is present in front of the pinhole camera, that object can be seen in an inverted way. The image of that object will always forms in an inverted way because of the light which travels in a straight path. So by this we can clearly say that the light always travels in a straight manner. It always travels in a straight path. So this is how the principle of the pinhole camera also explains the nature of straight motion of the light. So whenever we see the object through this pinhole camera, the image that is formed on the screen of the pinhole camera will always be an inverted image. So let us see how can we make our own pinhole camera by using the different materials. So what are the materials that are required to make a pinhole camera? Here is a list of requirements that we need to make a pinhole camera. So we need PVC pipe which is of 8 cm in diameter, and the length should be 30 cm of this PVC pipe, and we need to take one more PVC pipe and its diameter should be 7 cm and length should be 20 cm. In such a way we need 2 PVC pipes of different diameters and different lengths, and we also need black drawing sheet, a pen, 2 rubber bands, oil 1 ml and 1 A4 sheet. So with these things we can make our own pinhole camera. So let us see how can we make. So we have taken 2 PVC pipes. One is bigger and one is a little bit shorter than the first one. Now we need to place this black drawing sheet like a cap at one end of the PVC pipe and fix it with the help of rubber bands in this way. After fixing the black drawing sheet like a cap at the one end of the PVC pipe, take a pin and make a hole in the middle of this black drawing sheet. After this, we need to take the other PVC pipe. Again, at one end of this PVC pipe, we have to cover this one end of the PVC pipe with A4 sheet and again fix it with the help of rubber bands. Now take the oil, rub the oil onto the A4 paper so that the paper becomes translucent. It can allow the light to pass through it in a partial way. Now both the pipes are ready. Take this shorter pipe and insert this shorter pipe into the bigger one. After inserting the shorter pipe into the bigger one, the pinhole camera is ready. So if you want to observe the image of an object by using this handmade pinhole camera, you can do by keeping an object in front of this hole. So when you keep any object in front of this PVC pipe, you can see the image that is formed on the white paper. White paper is acting as a screen. On this screen, you can find an image of that object. For example, if you are taking lighted candle and if you are placing in front of this pinhole camera, this lighted candle, and when you see this lighted candle through this pinhole camera, you can see its image on the white paper that becomes translucent. So by adjusting the shorter pipe which we have taken, we can see or we can observe the image of an object in a clear manner. This is how the pinhole camera works, and the light always moves in a straight path. When the light passes from the top position of an object, it will move towards the bottom position of the screen. When it moves towards the bottom part of the object, it will move towards the top part of the screen. In this way, an inverted image is formed on the screen of a pinhole camera. This is how the different images can be observed or it can be seen through a pinhole camera. And we have studied that the formation of shadow is possible only when there is an object, a source of light and a screen is present. So by using the different screens, screen puppetry, which is a traditional activity, it's a traditional recreational activity which can be seen in our states. In the different states, the traditional activities can be done. One such traditional activity is screen puppetry. So in this activity, they uses the screen, and by using a screen, they use the different puppets which forms the different shadows on this screen. So by looking at the shadows, one can narrate the story with the help of puppets. In this way, screen puppetry is a traditional activity that can be done in which the shadows are formed, and by looking at the shadows, the stories can be narrated and it can be shown to the public. So it's a traditional activity. Now let us see the differences between shadows and images. When we talk about the shadows, then they are not colored as that of the object, or if the object is colored one, then the shadow of that object will not be colored. It will always be colorless. An image of that object has colors that are same. So the difference between the object and image are shadows are colorless, image will have color as that of the object. So for example, if the object that is kept is red in color, then the image of that object will also be red in color. In such a way, an image has colors that are same as that of the object. The next difference is shadows show only the outline of the object. When you look at the shadows, They will show the outline of the object. They do not show the clear shape of the object, clear image of the object, or we can say clear picture of the object. It will only show the outline of an object, but an image shows the complete object as it is, just like a photo. So image is nothing but a photo of an object. When you click a photo, it will appear similar or it will appear identical to that of object. In such a way, the image that is formed, that also shows the complete object. It will not show only the outline of the object. We can see an image just like a photo. That means it shows the complete object. So this is the difference between the shadows and image. Here we'll recall how we can see the different images. So let us see how can we see the different objects. So this is a source of light. When the light falls on an object, the light will always reflects back. It rebounds. This is called as reflection. Because of the reflection of light only, we can see the different objects. The different objects can be visible to us only because of the presence of light that reflects. So this is about the lesson light, shadows and images. Here the lesson ends. I'll be back with a new lesson in the next session. Meet you in next class. Thank you.